Live interactive Weather Authority coverage, sponsored by Rennie's for your next Maine adventure, will begin shortly.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.
Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage, sponsored by Rennie's, starts right now.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy President's Day, of course, to everybody tuning in this morning. Hopefully you had a nice, safe weekend. Of course, we had the very nasty weather yesterday with the snow and the gusty winds, the sleet as well. It was a very heavy, dense snowfall that we got with the ice mixed in. Of course, the snow is mostly all gone now, but the winds have really kicked up. I'm sure you can probably hear it roaring outside. You can probably see all the blowing snow as well. So yeah, even though the snow is done, the weather has not exactly turned quiet, and that remains the case here for the next couple of days. So again, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Of course, we're talking about what we're expecting for the upcoming week. I think some of us, at the very least, will be happy to hear no snowstorms in the forecast for this week. Doesn't mean we're not going to get any snow, but no major storms look to be in the forecast for this week. So a nice little break for the upcoming week when it comes to the snowy weather. Now, let's start off. I want to go through some of these snow totals that we saw with this storm. Fairly impressive. I was actually pretty surprised to see that we were able to pull out 9 inches of snow in Portland, southern Maine. We didn't see any freezing rain. We stayed all sleet and all snow, and that really allowed us to stack it up. 10 inches fell in Kennebunk, almost 10 inches in Portsmouth. We got 9 inches in Portland, Auburn getting 9 inches as well, Oxford getting 7, Augusta getting 6. The highest I saw in our area was in Knox County, the town of Union getting 12.2 inches. So some people even got over a foot of snow out of this storm system. So yeah, pretty impressive one. Long lasting too, 6 p.m. Saturday night, all the way to just past midnight last night. So well more than 24 hours we were dealing with this storm here across the state. And we're still dealing with the after effects today with the blowing snow, the gusty winds that are on the backside of our storm system. So again, the big story, the strong winds. They are gusty out there. If you haven't stepped outside, yeah, you're in for a blast of Arctic air out there. 41 mile per hour wind gust right now in Portland. Same story in Sanford. Look at Concord, New Hampshire, 52 mile per hour wind gusts there. Rockland gusting to 46, Rangeley gusting to 44. Many of us seeing well over 40 mile an hour winds. Winds are nowhere near the strongest they will be today as well. We expect these to pick up even more into the afternoon. And yes, scattered outages are looking likely. In fact, I'll do a quick check right now on our power outages. Bear with me for just 1 second. Yes, we are at 3,600 outages right now in Maine. Of course, nothing too extreme, but still certainly could be more of those as we get into the afternoon. And of course, have to mention Mount Washington, 133 mile per hour wind there. Avalanche warning for the White Mountains. Yeah, it is a messy day out there to say the least. At the very least, no active snowfall at this time. It's also feeling very cold. Look at Rangeley, 21 below zero for the wind chill right now. Hope you're staying warm up in the mountains this morning. 3 for the wind chill in Portland. We're 1 right now in Augusta. Feels like 6 in Lewiston, 2 over in Laconia, New Hampshire. So yeah, it's very, very cold all around the region right now. And that's going to remain the case for the next 2 days as that wind continues. But again, the wind is the big story today. A wind advisory in place for all of central, southern Maine, western Maine, the mountains as well. This goes until 1 a.m. We could see gusts to 55 miles per hour. Power outages do look possible with this today. Again, we've already seen some in parts of the state. We will likely see those numbers inching up here as we head into the afternoon, with the wind set to increase even more during the afternoon hours. Southern New Hampshire down into Massachusetts, high wind warnings in place there. We could see gusts there to 60 miles per hour. In fact, that's already happened in some spots. Worcester, Massachusetts, I just saw they gusted to 68 miles per hour. Yeah, not too far from hurricane force. So this wind is packing a serious punch out there for the day today, and it will remain very windy all day. You can see our wind gusts expected to peak this afternoon. Again, it's 10:43 right now. You can see winds are only going to crank up even more into the afternoon hours. So again, very windy out there right now, and it will remain very windy into the afternoon. So again, the winds, huge story today, running the show, winds gusting up to 55 miles per hour. Again, I don't love to say it, but don't be completely surprised to lose power today. It really is not going to be surprising to see some scattered outages out there with these very strong winds. One thing we're really lucky about, we missed out on seeing ice. We did not get an ice storm out of this storm. So there's no ice on any of our branches or trees or anything like that for the most part. So that's helping us out quite a bit. So that will lower the risk somewhat. But when you're talking about winds this strong, there's always the risk of some scattered outages. So again, keep that in mind here for today. There is that risk of a few scattered outages out there heading into the afternoon, especially during the mid-afternoon hours. So just keep that in mind and definitely use caution driving. So very windy today. Unfortunately, the wind does not die down tonight. It remains very windy into Tuesday. Tuesday's a very windy day as well. Winds gusting up to 50 miles per hour. The winds take a little step down tomorrow, but they're still remaining quite strong out there during the afternoon hours. So keep that in mind. I'm expecting some very, very gusty winds out there into the afternoon. So very windy, very cold as well. Really not much warmth out there as we get into the afternoon hours. And I did have somebody comment asking about their snow totals in Raymond. Right around 7 inches, I believe, was the near report closest to you there in Raymond. And someone's asking about Springvale as well. We are looking. I have not seen a report out of Springvale, but again, there has been, in general, somewhere around 6 to 10 inches of snow across much of the state. Now, luckily, by Wednesday, the winds are really going to die down. Tuesday night into Wednesday, the winds get a lot better. So we do see improvements later this week, but 2 days, today and tomorrow, where we're dealing with those very gusty winds. Also, very, very cold temperatures. We saw Rangeley below 20 below right now for the wind chill. We got a cold weather advisory up in the mountains until Tuesday morning. Wind chills could get as low as negative 30 degrees there. So yeah, going to be very, very bitter all across the state. Let's talk about how cold those wind chills get. Here we are this afternoon. Yeah, we're lucky if we're feeling like 0 degrees. It will mostly feel like we're below 0 across the state, especially up in the mountains where we'll feel 20 below or so. This is the kind of cold that gives you frostbite pretty quickly and exposed skin. So keep that in mind. Definitely want to be covering up all exposed skin. Sandy's asking about Lewiston's total. Sandy, I saw Lewiston anywhere between 7 and 9 inches in the Lewiston area. So somewhere in that range. I saw a couple different reports from different sides of town. So depending on what side of town you're on, you might be closer to that 9. Some spots may be closer to that 7. Probably doesn't look like it's 9 inches or 7 inches of snow, though. That sleet that we had mixing in compacted it down. So again, keep that in mind when it comes to those snow totals we saw. It doesn't really look like we got 10 inches in Portland, but we definitely did just because of the compacted nature of the snowfall that we saw. So yeah, again, very cold, very windy. That's the theme today. Very, very cold tonight, well below 0. In fact, 10 to 20 below 0 to wake up on Tuesday. I'm actually really glad that the kids are out of school this week because yeah, you don't want your kids waiting in the bus stop in these temperatures. And look up in the mountains. I mean, 30 below 0, even colder than that. I mean, this is some of the coldest weather we've experienced all winter long happening today into tomorrow morning, especially. So keep that in mind. If you're going to be outdoors tonight, tomorrow morning, it will be very bitter. The afternoon doesn't feel much better. Still below 0 with the wind chills during the afternoon hours and still in the 20 below 0 range up in the mountains. And Cindy says 12 inches in Old Orchard. Cindy, I absolutely believe that. I saw lots of reports from that area of 10, 11 inches or so. So yeah, quite an impressive storm for you guys down there. You had more snow than many mountain areas got. Kind of a lopsided storm. It ended up being a lot colder than we were originally thinking. So that helped keep things snow and sleet as opposed to ice, which is very helpful for the wind that we have today. And certainly is much better for, no destruction. We didn't get any destructive ice, which was really nice to see. So yeah, wow, 12 inches down in Old Orchard Beach. Definitely a potent storm. 2 weekends in a row with basically 10 inches of snow. Portland got 10 inches last weekend. Another almost 10 inches fell this weekend. So when it comes to the bitterly cold wind chills, they do get a lot better by the time we get into the middle of the week. By Wednesday, it will feel much, much better out there. So looking a lot nicer here by the time we get into the middle of the week. So yeah, not very nice out there now, but that will change by the middle of the week. I just saw a comment from Christina in North J. I haven't seen a specific report for your town there in North J, Christina, but reports from the area seem to hint at around 6 inches or so of snow and sleet for you guys up there in northern Androscoggin County, if that's where you are. So again, the winds relaxing by midweek, the wind chills not as bad either. I think some of you might be happy to see this. No big storms in the forecast this week. We're not expecting any widespread snowfall. So here's what we're looking at. Again, the wind leading the headlines, much quieter week with no big storms in store, at least from now through Sunday. So the next 7 days. Cold temperatures are lingering though. Even though it doesn't feel as cold later this week, we're not going to really be warm out there. We do see improvements, but it's not going to be much warmer later this week. Temperatures still mostly below freezing in the extended forecast. Now, while there's no big storms in the forecast, still some snow chances. In fact, the next couple of days, we'll likely see some mountain snow, a couple inches, maybe even a few inches possible up in the higher elevations. So continuing to stack up some snow up at the ski resorts. So good news for them. And it stays up in the mountains. So if you're tired of the snow in central and southern Maine, good news is we're not getting any other than maybe a flurry or a brief snow shower through Wednesday. Now, while there's no big storms in the forecast, I'm eyeing Thursday night. There is going to be a significant snowstorm. It's just not going to come to Maine. We're going to see that snow in places like North Carolina, Virginia, maybe southern New England getting some more widespread snowfall out of this, but just doesn't look like it's going to be able to reach mostly or all the way, I should say, up into Maine. It looks to pass well to the south. No major impact in Maine. I can't rule out some light snow, though, Thursday night. Maybe we squeeze out an inch out of this system if it does trend a little bit closer. Still a few days away, so time for this to shift. I don't think we're going to see a major shift towards a major storm. If anything, though, if we did see more of a shift in this forecast, it would be maybe we're getting 1 to 2 inches in southern Maine. So again, no significant storms. Can't rule out some snow this week. Again, Thursday night's our best shot at that, but not a very high chance for the most part. And again, by the weekend, we are looking nice and quiet. So let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Again, quiet week for the most part here with no big storms in the forecast. Just very, very cold today and tomorrow with the wind out there. Good days to have indoor plans. I know it's President's Day or school vacation week, so I know a lot of us do want to be getting out and doing things. And if you do, just, bundle up or whatever, but just be aware it will be very cold out there the next couple of days. Wednesday, comparatively, that's a heat wave. It's going to feel so nice out there Wednesday afternoon. Light winds, temperatures near 30 degrees, sunny skies. It should be pretty nice. Thursday, also not bad, just cloudy. Again, we're watching that storm. It's going to pass to the south Thursday night. Maybe we squeeze out a little bit of snow in southern Maine, mainly on Thursday night. And then by Friday and into the weekend, we might hit the freezing mark as we get towards the weekend. So yeah, still mostly below average over the next 7 days here. February going to end up well below average. In fact, our snowiest February in 8 years. So if you're thinking, wow, when was the last time we had this much snow at once? It's been a while, 8 years since we've seen a February with this much snowfall at least. And we'll see if we can beat February 2017. We're only about 5 inches away from beating out February 2017 as the most recent very snowy February. So we'll see if we can do that. Of course, we're running out of time here. It's the 17th, but still next week has, March doesn't start till next Saturday. So we've got all of next week as well to maybe pull that out. So again, enjoy the break. We may turn more active at some point. Nothing is jumping out at me though in the modeling right now that would say big storms are coming back anytime soon. So enjoy the nice break. It is very cold, of course, but spring isn't too far away now. So hopefully this will be the last of the real bitter cold and we can start to warm things up as we get closer to the month of March. So have a great day, everybody. Stay safe out there in the wind and the blowing snow, low visibility for driving. Roads could still be snow covered today. And of course, that wind will definitely lead to some difficult driving, especially for high profile vehicles, and also leads to that power outage risk today. So keep that in mind. Otherwise, we're looking ahead to improving conditions throughout the rest of this week. So have a great day, everybody. And enjoy the break from all the winter storms.
Live, interactive CBS 13 and Fox 23 Weather Authority coverage for your next Maine adventure has been sponsored by Rennie's.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.
Make sure to stay connected with CBS 13 and Fox 23 on air, online, and through these social channels. Thank you for watching.